everybody, welcome to a kind of funny game special as we react to the Nindies showcase at GDC 2019. I'm
Nindies,
one of your hosts, Greg Miller, alongside Forbes 30 Under 30, aka the second best baby blues in San Francisco, aka the engaged one, at Tim Gettys.
Let Tim host.
Tim, hype level. I'm great. How are you?
Hype level?
Yeah.
Nindy events always at a color me excited. You know what I mean?
Anything can happen. I'm excited.
Anything, but it's more of one of those things where it's like it's hard to kind of speculate the type of things.
Oh
that
yeah,
can be
no
at these
predictions,
shows.
right?
Yeah, because
here's what I predict: a bunch of indie developers are going to announce games, some of which we've probably seen before, but now they're here.
Now they're on the Switch. They're making the Switch
exactly
over.
all the game. Here, guess what? A bunch of games you knew were coming to PC are coming to Switch now too, which is great. I'm not making fun of it.
That we're going to get a lot of retro platformers. You know what I mean?
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Bold prediction. Bold prediction.
No, jokes aside, I mean, the Nindies done a great job. Sorry, Nintendo's done a great job with the Nindies showcases during GDC over the last couple of years with the Switch, proving their support of indies. In a lot of ways, kind of wrestling that support away from the PlayStation. PlayStation at PAX for years was the kind of home for this stuff, but this is, I feel, a real concerted effort to put a focus on these games that don't necessarily make it to a proper Nintendo Direct.
Yeah.
But I think that over the years, this has become just as exciting at the end of it. Going into it, it's kind of like, it's just an indie showcase. But coming out, that's where you get Celeste. That's where you get these like
Garage last year. Yeah. I think that's the thing about it, right? Where, I'm excited because I know I'm going to see cool games right now that I wasn't expecting, that I don't know anything about, that I know what's going on. Here's what I'll put out there. And I'm just fucking putting this out there. I just saw it on Reset Era as I'm getting ready for Kind of Funny Games Daily. David Cage teased something big for Quantic Dream. He said, big news for Quantic Dream at GDC today. And I'm not saying it's going to be the Nindy showcase, but remember they did just get that VC money or whatever. Or they got, somebody bought them, 10 cent maybe? And it was like, hey, this is going to let us go to other platforms.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. It's not out of the realm of craziness that today David Cage shows up and he's like, guess what, everybody? Aiden the Ghost is coming to Nintendo Switch in this side-scroller. Yes.
Can you grab the remote on your right and make sure the volume's up on the TV?
As far as I know, there's never been guests like that on a Nindy showcase.
Is this the one?
Usually formerly hosted by Damon Baker.
The blank one.
So you're saying
this was his thing, huh?
So if any, really, there's no, our guests usually not. Is
him.
it just videos?
It was just him introducing different segments. Yeah. Huh. We'll have to see. I'm hoping we see some Shovel Knight, some of the King Knight DLC or game campaign, whatever you want to call it.
Well,
and
here we go.
Celeste
starting
DLC.
Oh, it's got a beat. Oh, I like this beat. Spring 2019. How you doing?
Good morning. I am Dr. J.M. Lounsbury from the Ministry of Drink and Health Regulation. While many working adults start their day with coffee, we recommend to switch to milk to complete your regimen of nutrifying activity.
Milk mommy.
If you are making the switch, a very great annoyance which occurs often with milk occurs during the pouring of it. If you tackle a particularly vicious pour without taking the proper care, you're bound to splash all over. Your whole day is ruined. To demonstrate proper pouring technique, I shall apply my face protector. Splendid. Now, the optimal way to pour milk is to raise the pouring container and angle it at no more than 45 degrees positively as you approach your drinking vessel. I will now begin to pour.
Here's the fucking thing. I just can't believe this is real.
Are you going to beat it again?
Yes, I'm going to fucking beat it again. But
can you beat it again? Do you have the cojones?
No, that level, though. That was the fucking worst level. This is mind-altering fucking news, Greg Miller.
Yeah?
How the hell?
Cuphead for Smash.
There you go. On April 18th.
April 18th.
Nope, you're not dreaming. Cuphead is coming to the Nintendo Switch system. You can thank Studio MDHR for making their award-winning game so special, and our friends at Microsoft for helping us bring Cuphead to even more players.
Our friend Microsoft.
As fans know, poor
Consoles
Cuphead
are
made
over,
a
baby.
deal with the devil, and now the beast is coming for his head, cup and all. In this
Next up,
run-and-gun
another
action
indie
game,
game.
you'll dodge
Halo.
fire and dish out
next
your
up,
own.
another
Whether you
indie
play
game.
solo or
Xbox
invite a buddy along
Game
for the
Pass.
ride. Those gorgeous
dude,
hand-drawn
at
cell
this point,
animations
is Ori
bring
not coming
classic
to Switch?
1930 style look as good as ever. and the live jazz soundtrack by Christopher Madigan will
This
still
game's so
charm and
fucking
haunt you in
special.
the best of ways. You'll see why
nipples are hard.
Except
when
that one.
Cuphead
My
launches
nipples are
on
hard.
Nintendo Switch April 18th.
I got the Andy nipples.
It's available for pre-purchase today. Hello, everyone.
What
I'm
an
Kirk
opening.
Scott,
Aboard,
your friendly
Kirk.
neighborhood indie guy.
And I'm Katie Casper, the friendly gamer.
You know,
Like your-
Thank
I like
you
your
for
jacket.
joining as we showcase upcoming games in our first Nindies showcase
shirt.
of 2019.
We couldn't wait to share the news about Cuphead, and we're just getting started. While we are honored to bring you game series like Super Mario and The Legend of Zelda, there are many other worlds to explore. Created by our talented indie partners, these games embody the quality of curation that fans have come to expect on Nintendo Switch.
That's right, Kirk. Developers across the globe have embraced Nintendo Switch, and they have plenty more unique experiences to share with everyone. Whether it's building a kingdom, vanquishing angels and demons, or just kicking back and tending a farm, games make our dreams a reality.
With so much available on Nintendo Switch already, we're delighted
What's
to show
great
you
about
that
this
there's
is that
even more
Kirk
great
is
indie
legitimately a
content on the way
psychopath.
later.
But they make him look like a responsible
See
adult
for
in this
yourself.
video, which I appreciate.
First up is Overland, a new take on the end-of-the-world narrative from the
played
creator
this
of
at PAX.
Vault, Adam Saltzman. Not to mention the gorgeous award-winning visuals by Heather Penn and the haunting original soundscape by Jocelyn Reyes. It's a squad-focused, turn-based strategy game where you're faced with difficult choices. Will you search for supplies, heal a wounded ally, fight off a monster, rescue a helpless stranger, save your dog? Please save the dog. You can't do it all, so choose your actions wisely as your band of friends road trips across the United States. Sounds easy, right? Well, there's a catch. The farther west you go, the weirder things get. Plus,
You can't
all
start
levels,
this thing with
roadmaps,
fucking Cuphead.
and characters
Yeah,
are
you can't
randomly
nonchalantly
generated.
That's what they do.
So
That's how they do
every
it, man.
playthrough offers a
don't
fresh
like it too
take
bad.
on this perilous journey.
I don't like it. I
Travel
like
the
it too much.
post-apocalyptic roads of Overland when it comes to Nintendo Switch.
I played Overland. It's great.
this
Also,
fall.
Harris Foster, longtime GameScoop and Kind of Funny best friend, is doing
One
PRs.
man is prepared to destroy anyone in his sight using moves
Kevin.
reminiscent of a violent ballet.
Kevin game.
All while guided by a self-aware banana named Pedro.
Oh, yeah.
Devolver.
Using his arsenal of absolutely
Weird-ass
crazy
Devolver.
skills, you'll battle through the violent underworlds of Old Town, District Null, and beyond. Go
Yep.
full throttle with all your weapons
Yeah, looks awesome.
and your body, jumping, flipping, and swinging while putting the drop on your enemies. Since you'll be running and gunning, there's bound to be chaos. Slow things down by shifting into slow motion to pace your actions and dual-wield destruction with elegant accuracy. My friend Pedro drops in as a console exclusive for Nintendo Switch this June.
In the emotional survival game NeoCab, fulfilling your job as a rideshare driver is
Emotional
the only
survival
way
game.
you might reunite
Love it.
with
I'm
your
in.
best friend Savvy.
That's a Greg Miller
Who's
game.
wanted by Capra, an omnipresent megacorporation.
What?
In this dystopic future, you're the last human driver in a city overrun by automation. As you navigate the streets of the fictional California city, Los Ojos, you'll meet a diverse cast of characters, each with their own story arc. Your choices, like picking passengers,
Crazy
balancing your
taxi.
income, sustaining a positive rating, and managing your emotions via the
Uber
Feel
the
Grid
game.
system, are all elements you need to maintain to keep your job and find your friend. Oh, and don't forget, Capra is watching. NeoCab is scheduled to arrive on Nintendo Switch this summer.
You know, I've always wanted to lead a pack of dogs in the wilderness. This next game will be as close as I ever get. Let's check in with Lindsay Rostel, the game's director.
The
Hella
Iditarod
dry.
Dog Sled Race is a grueling 1,000-mile journey embarked upon by teams of dogs and mushers of all ages, genders, and skill levels every year. Anyone can win, but many are just trying to finish, trying to prove to themselves that they can do it. As game director at Timberline Studio, I became fascinated, and some might
This is
say
a
a
new
little bit
style for the
obsessed,
service. I like it.
with this
Yeah.
idea. We knew we wanted to tell a story in the world of dog sledding. And while I don't intend to race in the real Iditarod anytime
Joey's losing her
soon,
mind somewhere.
we're thrilled and
Dog
a little
sleds.
bit nervous
She's in the chat.
to reveal our debut
Not at work,
title,
of course.
The Red Lantern.
Nobody comes here.
Do you have those moments that stick out in your mind? When I was a kid, I was told you are what you do, so choose wisely. I could be an astronaut, a CEO,
I mean, shout out to Action
painter,
Burke. She's getting
a
paid left
doctor.
and right, taking gigs.
I could be anything.
Love her voice.
Hi, I'm supposed to achieve great things. Unfortunately for me, you are also your mistakes. And turns out they tend to remember those more.
Show me the dogs.
Show me them dogs.
There they at.
Hi, I'm a disappointment. So, I've decided to become something else.
Wait, is Ashley
Something
the
that can't be forgotten.
driver or the dog?
She's
I've
the
got
person.
a plan. Get a van, fill with dogs, go to Alaska, race in the Iditarod dog sled race, and finish. Nothing could take that from me. And things we're
all
going
dogs.
to plan. Dogs, sled, on way.
This is cool.
Yeah. Getting a real obvious Firewatch vibe.
However,
I gotta
things
say.
tend to go to plan right up until they don't.
Oh no!
No!
Oh god.
Oh my god! The Red Lantern.
Into it.
I hope it's the start of a Red Lantern game and like Green Lantern's coming star.
You are the musher, training for the grueling
Got the
Iditarod
dogs,
race.
got the sled,
With your trusty
got
crew
the
of
ring.
dogs, navigate the Alaskan wilderness to find your way home. Combining roguelike elements into this story-driven adventure game, hundreds of unique events can occur. Tend to your dogs, mend your own wounds, and hunt to survive. Thanks to the Nintendo Switch system's gyro controls, you can look around
gyro.
the environment with a simple turn of the system in handheld mode. The Red Lantern races onto Nintendo
That
Switch
stuff works
later
way
this
too
year.
well. Admittedly. I hate using it.
Yeah, okay.
But
I don't know about you,
like,
Katie, but when I play
do you
horror
play
games,
Zelda on
I
3DS?
jump a lot.
So much better than aiming.
Fortunately, Darkwood is going for that slow burn on the scare meter. Don't get me wrong, Darkwood will creep you out, all while changing the perspective on survival horror games. Craft weapons, prepare traps, fortify hideouts. You'll explore and scavenge the eerie forests of the Soviet bloc by day, then hunker down in your hideout at night. With nightmarish forces corrupting the woods, wait and pray for the sun to come up the next morning. The world of Darkwood is procedurally generated, meaning locations and events will vary for each playthrough and player.
Little tilt
There's
shift
no
action
linear
going
path
on.
in these woods, so proceed with caution and note each decision will impact you and the inhabitants of Darkwood. Darkwood creeps onto Nintendo Switch this May.
Meh, that one, no, not for me.
No.
This next game has both style and substance. Katana Zero. You play
Hell
as
yeah.
a well-trained assassin, the Dragon, capable of instantly taking out any obstacles
Yeah, this is
in your
awesome.
path. Mysterious powers and
man,
precognition allow you to
DKC,
both
baby.
see the future and manipulate time. As you cut through each level, you'll leave no breathing bodies behind. I must recommend caution though, since your foes can return the favor by
That was
eliminating
awesome.
you
Yeah.
in a single hit. But don't fret. The game literally rewinds
nice.
the beginning of each level for you to learn and improve.
Oh yeah, I'm in.
Yes, that should work. After a hard-fought mission, sip some tea and try to rest. The next day, you'll take a seat on the therapist's couch and talk through your demons. Of course, make sure to get a much-needed refill of your medication before the next mission. Now go forth, katana in hand,
I
and remember,
love the look of
leave
this.
no
Yeah, me too.
This is like
survivors.
pixel art done right, man.
Katana Zero slashes its
All right,
way
good.
to Nintendo
Soon,
Switch.
too.
It's gonna be a
April
good
18th.
April, man.
It's available for pre-purchase
Damn,
today.
we have those 2 world tour trips
Hey,
too
This next
soon.
game is pretty.
Wait, let's save that joke for the developer. Wouldn't it be way cooler if they introduced the next game?
Totally. So let's pass it over to our friends at Double Fine.
Hi, I'm Lee Petty from Double Fine Productions, creator of Stacking and Headlander. And today, we're going to show you something that has never been seen before. I heard it's rad. Don't spoil it.
I love Tim.
Tim's so cool.
Thank you.
Not you.
He knows.
The world, twice destroyed, lies in ruin.
Nick just got a boner somewhere.
If we are to survive, if the world is to blossom again, then we must find the one who is Rad. Righteous. Begone, foul beast.
Not my cup of tea.
Mutation. Mutation. Mutation.
I'm not sure if it's there yet. It could be. I'm not sure.
I'm in.
That's your dream, Kevin. Be the milk mommy. Reminds me of Kid Chameleon.
The child shows promise, but the time has come for their real quest to begin. You are Rad.
You do or don't?
I do.
Okay.
I think it's cool.
Because it's like Rads.
Yeah.
Fallout talking it.
Trust me when I say, you have no idea what you're getting yourself into with this one.
Unless you're talking about a pinball action adventure game, you're right.
That's exactly what this is. Not only is Creature in the Well a world debut, it's also a top-down action-adventure game inspired by the fine art of pinball. It all takes place in the desert, where a giant creature has entrapped townsfolk in an eternal sandstorm. As the last engineer tasked with powering up a giant weather machine, your mission is to finish the job once and for all, before the world beyond the sandstorm is forgotten. Luckily, over 15 weapons are at your disposal, and each one has the power to alter the way you interact with the ricocheting energy orbs in
Any
your
Peggle
environment.
type thing.
The controls may
You know
be
what I
simple,
mean?
but there's a deep well of skills to master across all 8 handcrafted dungeons. While you fight for survival, savor every corner of this painterly world in all its pinball glory when Creature in the Well emerges from the depths this summer.
It's a good name.
Creature in the Well.
Betrayed and left for dead, Mr. Wolf finds himself alone, vastly outnumbered, and hell-bent on enacting his revenge. On the bright side, he's got grit in his gut and a wolf on his head. That means you don't mess with this guy. The world is his weapon, and in this fast-paced, top-down action game from Paper Cult, it's yours too. So, choreograph the most spectacular combos you can, using everything from hatchets to ladders to carrots. Your
Blood
alternative?
Roots is awesome.
Basically just death.
We've played it. It's the party
Better
mode that's going live on
improvise
Patreon
and
today.
fast,
Yeah.
As our lone anti-hero,
That's what I
Mr.
heard
Wolf,
last.
brawls his way to the very heart of the mystery
Now you're
that
caught up on
plagues
the
him.
Now I got like
exchange.
Kevin.
Find out just how twisted this
Got
Western
stoked.
revenge tale will get.
Blood Roots,
when
yeah, it's going to be
Blood
party
Roots
mode today on
comes to Nintendo
patreon.com/funny
Switch
games.
this
It's
summer.
so much fun and really upsetting at the same time.
Full disclosure, Jen, that's a Papa Jen to game Jen's done. But again, they didn't pay Kevin. Why? Kevin isn't married to Jen. He's allowed to say it.
A lot of facts going on here.
A primal fantasy collides
Nope.
with the advanced game
Thanks,
design of
Tim.
today in Pine. In this
Not a great
open-world
trailer.
third-person action-adventure game, the world and your enemies will adapt to your choices.
It doesn't
You'll
look
travel
finished.
to 6 diverse biomes across miles of
I'm not even
terrain
trying to be an asshole,
and
but I look at this, I'm like, why wouldn't I just play Breath of the
encounter
Wild
factions and creatures itching to dominate the food chain. The only way to prepare is to scavenge, barter, harvest,
Yeah, this looks.
craft
I mean,
items,
I'm not
and sell them
an
at the
indie, whatever,
market
but it
to
looks
stock
super
up on
basic.
supplies.
Like the
It'll
whole
be a
UI
true
sketch,
fight
like
for
UI
survival.
and textures just don't look.
Pine goes
Animations.
wild on
I don't like the way it
Nintendo's
Sound
sounds
effects.
either.
Yeah, no, sorry, no, fine.
Man, I love arcade games. But I'm thinking it's time we bring some more to Nintendo Switch.
How about some games from Rami Ismail and Jan Willem Niemann of the independent studio Vlambeer?
Yes! But the people want to know what games and when.
You won't have to wait long to fight endless hordes of enemies because Super Crate Box is coming out next month. It'll be the first time players can engage in fast-paced multiplayer matches, a feature that's exclusive to the Nintendo Switch version.
Plus, Nuclear Throne comes out today. It's an action roguelike about mutants who spend their day fighting for the throne in a gritty, post-apocalyptic world. Whether solo or with a fellow mutant buddy in co-op mode, you can become ruler of the wasteland.
Oh, and we have a new game announcement, Vlambeer Arcade. It's a collection of bite-sized games which will have a growing catalog over time, starting with Ultra Bugs. Ultra Bugs is a fast-paced, high-score-centric game where you pilot a ship to fight endless space bugs that split up into more space bugs when you defeat them. But never fear, defeating the occasional boss monsters, Ultra Bugs, will unlock enemy DNA that you can use to customize your ship.
Vlambeer Arcade with Ultra Bugs is coming to Nintendo Switch later this year.
Dope logo.
Yeah.
Shooter fans, we've shot planes out of the sky, destroyed starships in outer space, and now the 2D shooting genre is going underwater. In this aquatic world, you'll unload a variety of weapons and power-ups in co-op mode or versus modes for 1 to 4 players or bots.
Shout out to, I
This
assume, the
multiplayer
developer
underwater
Decoy
shooter
Games.
comes with an
They
oceanic
should have put their name all over this.
Hell yeah.
150 challenges across 8 game modes, including 5 versus game modes and 5 entire worlds to battle across in adventure mode. You'll be able to toggle between classic dual stick controls and motion aiming, whether you're playing locally or online. The online functions include matchmaking support, and you can engage with friends via in-game voice chat or the party system. See where you rank on the online leaderboard when Swim Sanity makes a splash on Nintendo Switch this summer.
Oh, those little dudes look cool.
Next up, check out the newest game from our friends at Inti Creates.
Love those guys.
Inti Creates and Sunsoft present the long-awaited sequel to the mutant blasting action-adventure game, Blaster Master Zero, is coming to Nintendo
so
Switch.
stoked right now.
Oh, yay! He's doing that thing he does.
Your new battle tank, G Sophia,
And he does
is
that
equipped with
side-to-side
the
happy
Gaia
thing he does.
system. Harness SP for
He
its
took the
weapons
joint
and
bite of
abilities
ham.
anytime it falls from tall heights or takes damage.
Oh, we love you.
Build your arsenal of powerful sub-weapons and blast any mutant scum that stands in your way as you traverse each stage. Jason also has some new tricks up his sleeve. He can now counter enemy attacks with the blast counter. If timed just right, they can be chained into multiple attacks that dish out lots of damage back at the enemy. In Blaster Master Zero 2, the stage is set in outer space, and there's more to explore than ever before as you travel across the galaxy to a host of different planets and their orbiting planetoids. Search for new items that power up both G Sophia and Jason. During their journey, Jason and Eve will cross paths with a motley cast of fellow metal attacker tank pilots and their support droids. Will their fellow pilots become trusted friends or bitter enemies? Mutant blasting action is back! Blaster Master Zero 2! Available today!
Kirk, why are you upside down right now?
Well, there are many theories as to why, but the true reason remains a mystery. Perhaps there's an alternate dimension within these very walls
can you open
that
the door?
until just recently lay dormant. Or
I hear you,
perhaps
bro.
someone flipped the camera. No one can be sure.
Oh.
Stranger Things 3.
This is like, is this the mobile game? Or did this get announced? This got announced at Game Awards? Right, yeah, okay. Good timing.
Yeah?
Trailer dropped today, Everything had changed in one summer, they say.
That's what they're saying. Cuphead, come to Switch.
One summer changed everything. Oh man, it's good timing. That's the same day as the show too. I see what they're doing. I see what you're doing with the Stranger Things.
It's no longer a mystery that the official game of Stranger Things Season 3 is coming to Nintendo Switch. This retro-style adventure game lets you play through and delve deeper into the events of Season 3 alongside a friend in local co-op. Explore the town of Hawkins, solve puzzles, battle enemies, and uncover mysteries as one of 12 playable characters from the hit original series. Cancel your long weekend plans because the game arrives on Nintendo Switch the very same day as the third season on Netflix. Hey, stranger things have happened.
Hey! Like Cuphead.
Okay, that's quite a selection of games coming soon to Nintendo Switch. But guess what? There are tons of great indie games available right now on the system.
To celebrate indie games and their creators, we're running a sale on some of these fantastic offerings. From Firewatch to Yoku's Island Express, there's no shortage of games and distinctive worlds at your fingertips.
Make sure to check them out on Nintendo eShop later today. On behalf of Nintendo, we'd like to thank all the indie developers that bring their incredibly unique game worlds to Nintendo Switch, and the avid players that support indie games. We are extremely grateful.
Huh. Do you hear something?
Finally, I'm almost out of this crypt. But this isn't the world I remember. At least this guy is familiar. And that pulsing rhythm. Wait, I think I was called here for a purpose. It looks like I've got work to do. And this time, I have help.
Whoa!
I saw the guy in the green suit or something.
That's awesome. Moblins? That's really, really rad.
Yeah.
I can never get into that game though.
Well, now you can and you have to, because if you don't like Cadence of Hyrule, you're not a real Nintendo fan and you suck.
Sure.
Is that what you want to be? You want to be a sucker suck?
I don't know if I do.
Don't be a sucker
We'll
suck.
have to see. We'll have to see.
What do you think of the Nindies showcase for spring 2019?
It's things like that, the end, that I love, because that shows Nintendo's willing to have fun with its properties and allow indie developers to put out entire campaigns.
Think about where we're at there, with the idea of indies, right? When it was like when Xbox Live Arcade started putting stuff out and everybody's like, this is good for a downloadable game. We now flash forward to where Nintendo's like, all right, you can make a Zelda game.
Make Zelda fight while dancing.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
All about that. Cuphead. Are you kidding me?
So
that's the star of the show here. Biggest news of all time.
We got 16 game announcements because I'm putting all the Vlambeer stuff under one thing. So because I'm that kind of asshole. If not, you could go up to, I guess, say it was 18. But you got Cuphead, Overland, My Friend Pedro, Neocab, The Red Lantern, Darkwood, Katana Zero, Rad, Creature in the Well, Bloodroots, Pine, the Vlambeer section, which was Super Crate Box, Nuclear Throne, the Vlambeer Arcade, Swim Sanity, Blaster Master Zero 2, Stranger Things 3, the game, and then Cadence of Hyrule, along with the sale on the Nindies today.
Not my favorite Nindies showcase in terms of game announcements.
Sure.
My favorite Nindies showcase in terms of the speed that they went through, and I thought the presentation was overall good.
Yeah.
They'll work out the kinks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I feel like they should have switched the top and bottom of this.
Oh, you think you should have ended with Cuphead?
Yeah, start with the Cadence of Hyrule, end with Cuphead. I think that would have been a much
cool.
I feel like it'd be way
You
more
come
hype.
off on the hype rather than come in on the hype and then have it die out a little bit.
But I mean, dude, Cuphead coming to Switch is such a huge deal. I'm sure we're going to talk about it in a million different shows.
Of course,
ways. But that is just exciting for the industry. Every which way, right? And least of which is an amazing game is coming to Switch.
Yeah.
Can't wait for that. Can't wait to play again. There's going to be patch updates and stuff for it too. I was reading the press release for it. So a lot of new content there, which is cool.
Okay. What else stood out for you then?
The Katana Zero, which we've seen before, but that
100%.
looks really cool. My friend Pedro, is that the name of it?
Yep.
That one looks great. I think my big issue with this one is there was no new game that I'd never heard of before that I'm like, that looks awesome. And it's usually what these showcases do for me.
Okay. Yeah, for me personally, walking away, I look at this list of games. NeoCab seems super interesting to me. Emotional survival game where I drive a cab. Yeah, okay, cool. Red Lantern, that looked awesome as well. Mushing through the Iditarod, right? Having my dog get its neck broken by a bear. But I know, I'm going to try to stop it, Kev, but I'm not sure. It might be a canned event in there. You're not sure. Katana Zero I thought was awesome. Bloodroots again, we've played. It's going to be party mode. I think at 10 o'clock, patreon.com/kindoffunnygames.
Creature in the Well was one that I'm like, that looks interesting. I want to give that one a shot for sure, because I am a big fan of that type of like Hyperlight Drifter top-down gameplay, but mixed with pinball stuff. Let's go.
Yeah, knocking it back and forth.
Love that.
Okay.
But yeah, like this is cool, man. It's a new era. The longest Nindies Direct we've ever had.
30 minutes is long.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, because like we've got one before. It was like 12. One was like 16. One was 20.
Gotcha.
So it was 30 minutes, and like they packed it.
Yeah.
a lot of games there. Stranger Things, that's cool. Like I think
I'm not a big fan of the IP. I like season 2 fine, but I'm not,
but like
jazzed.
looking at this, I feel like they're doing a
its
really good
isometric
job
view.
of having a bunch of different games representing a lot of different developers.
Yeah.
I just love where indies are, like you were saying.
Yeah.
It's like, this is such a great time to be alive and have a Nintendo Switch wherever you go.
Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think? You still have time to write into Kinda Funny Games Daily. That's right. Go to patreon.com/kindoffunnygames. You can submit your questions for the show, then listen on podcast services around the globe alongside youtube.com/kindoffunnygames, roosterteeth.com. You know all of this. Yeah. Until next time, I guess. It's been our pleasure to serve you.